Hi guys, I'm going to give you a tutorial today on how to use the National Library of Virtual Manipulatives. So we're going to start by bringing up a Google page and typing in National Library of Virtual Manipulatives. You're going to click on the website and it's going to bring you to your homepage. As you can notice, on our homepage there is no login and you do not have to create an account. That's really great because the students can use this website at home and in the classroom and they don't have to remember a login or username or password or any of that kind of information. So we're going to check out our homepage now. Over here we have an index and it allows you to choose your grade level and your subject area. So we're going to go ahead and choose geometry and grade levels 3 to 5. Once you find that on the grid, you click that box and it'll bring you to the next page. This will have a complete list of all the different activities for the subject area and grade level that you choose. It's also done alphabetically, which is great because it makes it a little bit easier for the younger grades to find the activity the teacher assigns. So we're going to go ahead and choose tangrams because that's the activity we're going to have you guys try. So you click the activity you'd like and then you give it a minute to load. We might have to run something. There we go. Okay. So, on our right side of the screen you will always find the directions, and then in the middle of the page will always be our activity. There are multiple activities for every different subject that you choose, so there's going to be different tangram activities by choosing these arrows. So, we're going to go ahead and give this one a try. Of course, we always read the directions first. So, tangram puzzles. Click on one of the shape buttons at the bottom of the workspace. Without overlapping, cover the shape with the tangram blocks. To flip a block, click on it and then click on the flip button. Okay, once you read the directions, if you have any more questions, you can always ask your teacher for some more help. But if you have a good understanding of the directions, you can go ahead and try your activity. So, we're going to follow directions, and our first step is to choose one of the shapes at the bottom. There's several different shapes and they get a little harder as you go along. I would suggest to use the simplest shape first, and then as you complete each one you can move up to a little bit harder shapes. So we're going to go ahead and use the square first. Your selected shape will appear in the middle and it'll be gray, and then all of the surrounding shapes in blue are the shapes that we're going to try to fit inside of the shape without overlapping. You can flip the blocks around by using this arrow, but as you can see that will only flip it left and right. Another good tool to flip them in a better way is to go to one of the points of the shape and a little black circle will appear if you just kind of hover over it for a minute. You can then click and hold and you can move the shape in 360 degrees. So we're going to give this a try. I would suggest to use the biggest shapes first. So you click and also you'll notice that a bunch of little black dots are going to appear in the shape. That just simply means that it's the selected shape. So you're going to click, you're going to hold, and you're going to drag the shape, and you're going to put it into the spot you want it. So let's say we're going to put that one there. Next, we're going to go with the second biggest shape, which is, in this case, the same size. So we're going to click, hold, and drag it. But let's say we want to flip this one around a little bit. We can try it that way, and then fit it right there. Next, we're going to maybe use this one, but let's say we want to flip it around a little bit. We're going to hover by the corner as I showed before until the black dot comes up, and then you're going to click and drag and move it around. Let's say we're going to put it like that. Okay, so you're going to keep doing this until all of the shapes are in the correct spots. Of course, this is not, done completely, but it's just to get an idea of how to use it. So let's say this one is completely done. Once you have this first activity done, you can then move on to doing another shape, maybe a little bit harder one. Maybe you can use the E or a little person, which is kind of fun for kids to have cool shapes. And then once you completely finish this activity, you can try another tangram puzzle by clicking these arrows up here. So we're going to go on to the next one. Each activity gets a little bit harder, but they always have directions, and as you can see, this next one is now incorporating a few more things. So we're going to read the directions to get an idea of what we're doing first. So, fitting blocks inside blocks. To complete this activity, without overlapping, fit the 2 red triangles inside the blue squares. That's our first step. So, we're now noticing that we're using color and numbers. So we're going to take our 2 red triangles and we're going to fit it inside the blue square over here. Let's give it a try. So, we click the shape as before, click, hold, and drag, and now we're at the blue square. Now we're going to do the same thing, but this one needs to be flipped around. We can try the red one, but that doesn't do it quite enough. So we're going to go to the corner, hover till the black dot appears, and then drag it to where we want it. I think that should be good. So now we're going to bring it over, and step 1 is completed. As you can see at the bottom of the directions, once you finish step 1, another thing will appear. And it says, how many of the small red triangles could you fit inside of your puzzle? So this is a great tool because not only is it incorporating another aspect of using colors and numbers, but it's also asking you at the end how it ended up, which is great because this allows some more critical thinking for the kids. So there's a few more directions, and it's a similar kind of things to fit the red triangles inside the green triangles, which means you have to flip them around again. So we're going to give this a try as well, like that, and like that. And it's going to ask again, how many of the small red triangles could you fit inside your puzzle? So we're going to say 1, 2. This is one of the third activities we're going to try now, is to build a square from 3 blocks. So as you can see, there are tons of different activities, and the kids can do it themselves on the computer, but they can also ask the teacher for help. It's a great tool, it's fun, and it's educational. So now it's your turn. Hope you guys have fun, and good luck!